Hello one and all, and welcome back to my channel. This is a bit of a channel slash life update. I just thought why not make one of these, and since this is my non-movie reviewing background, I thought why not this would be the perfect place to do it. Plus, nobody else is in my house, so I thought why not this is the perfect opportunity to do it. Don't know how long it's going to be, don't know how my time order of discussions that I want to talk about is going to be, and it's up to you whether you want to watch it or not, but I would recommend you watch it anyway just to keep an update of me. Or if you don't care, that's up to you guys, but I probably would still put please watch anyway, just for the support anyway, which would be great. So things are going pretty well with me, I think. I'm not quitting YouTube, thank goodness. You know, my channel's not going away. It's still going to be on this platform because it has a special place in my heart, despite what YouTube's been doing over the years since I've been joining since November 2015. And I am still probably going to do a 10th anniversary special, possibly just say thank you, or possibly a Q&A. I'll do what I can do. Right now, guys, life has been getting pretty much in the way. You know, this is something I've wanted to talk about for quite a while. If I mumble a bit, I do apologize. And I'm not going to edit this. If you've seen my channel before, I've not edited this, guys. Everything just updates every now and so often due to the cost of fucking living. Sorry about my language, but just one of those things. Can't help but get stressed about. But it is what it is, I guess. So, college is going pretty well for me. This is going to be my last year, I think, because I am going to do something else, find something that's more enjoyable, because I found my media course pretty hard, to say the least. I've been doing it for 3 years. Well, there's two courses, level 2 and level 3. I've been doing the second year in level 3. To those who don't know, UK education is basically level 2 GCSEs, and level 3 is A levels. You know, then the second year is pretty much equivalent to full A levels. Then, if I remember correctly, the first year is AS level. But I went to special school, so that didn't affect me too much back then. But now I'm at college, I do get it anyway. Education's different everywhere. I don't know if America does university or Canada, whatever, but I know the UK does anyway. I'm probably not going to go there. I'm probably going to into a job straight away. And I suppose I could come back to education for a while whenever I get the support, which some tutors have, but also been quite challenging. Some stuff has been going pretty good for me. I've been doing a radio project, a two-way, which is sort of between pre-recorded and live, which means that basically you're recording from a software, but basically there's no cuts in there. So you would either, if you would make a mistake, you would either correct it or you would just move on from there. It was basically just a film discussion saying what's going to come out this year for 2023. And this is something I've wanted to do for a while. My plans for 2023, but technically my life update video is technically that video. So, you know, I've gone to some photography as well. Photography, audio, and video, which is what I'm doing. Video is my favorite element of media. Is basically the three big projects you experience when you're doing media, no matter what level you're doing or where you're at or what your interest is. I'm sort of a mixture between all of them. Video is probably my favorite, then photo, then audio, because I got to interview people with these things called Zooms. No fun, because my voice, no one likes hearing their own voice, but it's not the worst voice ever. I mean, I have an English accent. I'm from Essex. Chelmsford, which is now a city, was where I began as a person. And now I'm living in Northern Ireland. And I've got to meet some great people here, which is great. So, you know, being friends with people, then moving on, doing some new friends. And it's sort of one of those things where you either be friends with someone or you try to do something for a while and you're into it for a while, for like say 5 to 10 years, and then you decide to not do it anymore, and it's just something you just don't want to talk about anymore. I understand why you are king on this, but could we not talk about it, please? And I've definitely seen it a lot. I've seen it a lot in person. I've seen it all over social media and YouTube. You know, there's people in my YouTube film community, the YouTube movie reviewing community, that have stopped due to life issues or getting in the way, and whether they just don't feel like it anymore, whether they lost the motivation to. I myself am feeling in a 50-50 position. I'm of course still in touch with some people from the community because they're my mates, or as the American people would say, they're buddies. But part of me still wants to do this anyway because I love doing this. But I think my motivation a little bit has started to drop a notch. And I think partly due to the fact that people are saying on the internet that movies aren't as good as they used to be. And I would somewhat agree with that at points. I mean, we've recently got some great films, like with Spider-Man No Way Home, Top Gun Maverick, The Batman, and all. And then, of course, Avengers Endgame, which is starting to begin the point where every movie's now going to be long, because that movie's 3 hours long. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was nearly 3 hours long. It too was nearly 3 hours long. The Irishman, which I've still yet to watch, is 3 hours and 30 minutes long. Zack Snyder's Justice League was not originally planned 4 hours long, but it turned out to be due to what Zack Snyder's been dealing with. Avatar is over 3 hours long, and I've not seen the new Avatar film because I'm not a fan of the original Avatar. I don't hate the original Avatar. I do think it's okay. It's there for the visual, which is probably why people go to the movies. But for someone who's into movies, I like to get invested with the stories, and with the first Avatar by James Cameron, I love James Cameron. All of his other films I really love. The first Terminator films, Aliens, Titanic, and True Lies. Avatar, it's alright. It's just not a movie I would go back to over and over again. And I get why it is the highest grossing film again for that reason, because of the sequel coming out. I mean, it's just all one of those things where you go and say, well, I love movies, but Star Wars isn't for me, per se. Hope you guys like this. This will not affect copyright, thankfully, but this lights up. How cool is that? Yep, Grogu's taking good care of it, saying hi. And look at John Wick 4. it's 2 hours and 49 minutes, which is crazy. And yeah, No Time to Die was almost 3 hours long as well. And I'm not against the idea of a 3 hour movie, because movies whiz by constantly as you get invested. And The Batman, of course, was 3 hours long. But a lot of people in my family are starting, and some other people, not just my family, but excuse me, are really starting to become very conspicuous. I don't know if it's the right word, but about a long movie, saying, "Oh my God, that's 3 hours long. Why do movies have to be this long?" Like, I don't know if it's because it's trying to copy the fact that everything is starting to cost money due to the cost of living, or movies are just making, or film directors are starting to make films for the timing of runtimes of living. Again, I'm not too creative with that, so I don't know how it will work. So guys, it could be that I might have to narrow down my movie reviewing for this year, 2023. No, 2022 is not my last year of movie reviews. Say if The Fabelmans came out much later after making this video, I would have still reviewed that movie anyway, because that's a personal film anyway, especially for Steven Spielberg, because if you see my review, you know what I think about it, because that is one of the best theater experiences I've had. You know, it's basically an old-fashioned film, which is what I like. You know, I connect to older movies more than the newer films. Nothing against the newer films. Of course, we get some good new films from time to time. But regards to like Disney is starting to make everything. You know, it's made Star Wars sequels, which thank goodness it's over. Even though I do have a soft spot for them, despite that they have so many issues. And Phase 4 and 5, Phase 5 is coming out, and Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania is getting nothing but mixed reviews. You know, some are liking it due to Kang the Conqueror, and also some are not liking it purely because, oh come on, this is a very cliche story. Kevin Feige is starting to lose ideas and control, and I don't want to feel like that, guys. I want to support film, because you know, since I've been doing my hobbies, I've always wanted to support them anyway. I mean, when I first started secondary school, year 8 in Northern Ireland, and then there's year 7 in England and Wales, I tried football. You know, that was like the first thing I've tried in secondary. Was not very good at it, but my running, I thought, is the best part about it. You know, I'm a good runner, I think. But I think I struggle with communicating, because although you do get the same pupils, but also some newer pupils from time to time throughout the year, and you find a hard time to connect them, whether you find them difficult or they just expect you to know this if you're into this sort of thing. So I went off to just support teams for a while. It was getting very political, because players kept moving to football teams, you know, and so movies I was into for quite a while, so I pursued it in, like, I don't know, 2014. You know, Days of Future Past was the first X-Men movie I saw in the cinema. I didn't see many superhero films until then, so First Avenger was the first MCU movie I ever saw in the cinema, and I saw every film and onwards, minus Ant-Man and the Wasp. And I remember whenever I did my Black Adam quick movie review, which is a short, just YouTube's now corroborating shorts onto their platform. And if I didn't like the film much, if I had the same reaction with Quantumania to Black Adam, would I probably do a short? Well, that's my decision, because it's just what the movie is, because as I said before, guys, some people have stopped being a movie reviewer and pursued filmmaking, like say Chris Stuckman, because he still holds a special place to me, and he's now doing a podcast, which is great. And I now have a daily podcast which I would listen to, which is going to be on like twice a month, I think, because he said that in his best films of 2022 video. And as I said, I'm not editing this, and I don't know what else to say. So it could, as I said, guys, I might trim down some new release movie reviews, even if it's something completely personal to me, like say the MCU, and yet people are saying that it's not as good as it used to be. I mean, come on, guys. I'm a film lover, okay? Look at Shang-Chi, Spider-Man No Way Home, Wakanda Forever, even though some people are mixed on that. But those are like the 3 wins of Phase 4. I'm only counting the movies just. And Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness was a fun watch. But Black Widow, Thor Love and Thunder, and Eternals, not so much. And I've reviewed every single Phase 4 MCU movie on my channel. And 4, for a while, was my favourite number, because even though I don't have a reason for it, I'm not going to be considering myself a movie reviewer as I used to back in 2015 up to 2022, because some things in life are getting in the way, and I think I need to handle that, because college and school say, well, you need to get this work done and dusted and move on from there. There's no other option, all right? Get into class, get this done and dusted so we can move on from there. And yet, say if you were a filmmaker like Steven Spielberg and many other filmmakers out there, and you were literally a filmmaker, right? And you did either shorts or feature-length films, you could pretty much have the amount of time as much as you want, even if you're a screenwriter as well, both a writer and a director, and you're telling your crew who you've planned to work with, that you've been willing to work with on a project that you're begging to make, and you go, look, I'm really looking forward to getting this made, but I need some more time on this, I'll show you this, I'll let you in and all. I think that's probably my best way to describe a film director, from my point of view anyway. And going back to YouTube, there's ranking videos on the internet. There's tier rank. It's a new thing. I've seen a lot of people do it. My Scottish friend Adrian's doing it. Which is cool. I like watching those videos. I see it on other YouTube channels as well. So, and it's become a new ranking thing. There's S, A, D, what have you. So, and you just pretty much put movie or an object, whatever topic you're talking about, in that category, that basically is what your opinion is. You think that's a B, you think that's an S and the best, or you think that's a D and that's completely rubbish and not very good. I've got into some newer hobbies, and I'm not going to mention them on my YouTube channel because YouTube was never my goal. I mean, YouTube was never my favorite thing to do. Of course, I'm still going to watch YouTube videos from time to time, you know, but as a goal, it's a huge interest, you know. This platform has been nearly on for 20 years, and God knows how where YouTube's going to go from there. Some things in education I've gotten better at and would love to pursue. I mean, I have my own photography camera, which is great. If you follow me on my social media, I've done some posts, on my Facebook and Instagram. They're going to be my top social media platforms that I'll be on. Twitter is very big for film, and I've used that a lot. And I think that's the best social media platform for sharing stuff. You retweet something onto your profile so that other people can see it, which I think is the best thing about Twitter, honestly. And but Twitter would not be my go-to. Facebook and Instagram would, because most of my friends are on there. And so if for any reason I'm not able to review every single MCU movie or every movie this year, I'm not shutting my channel down. There's classic films like Back to the Future, Jaws, which I've reviewed on my channel. Classic movies is what I'm into. I love watching older films. I've learned about the history of cinema, how it all became a thing back a long time ago. And I think what... God, I'm losing my words again. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to bring something new to my channel. I am still going to do movie reviews from time to time. I've got some 4Ks in my collection, and I'll probably do a collection of 4Ks sometime on my channel, because I know I did my film book collection. And I'll probably do a video on best movie experiences I've had watching a movie at some point. Movie reviews I'm not going to stop doing. This is just a wee update what might happen with me. Regards to classics, I will still be reviewing them. I'm still going to do my Halloween series, because everybody I've seen in the community who likes horror seems to do a special, and I love doing it. It's great, And I would also post some Christmas reviews from time to time, here and there. Maybe not all the time, but occasionally. But Halloween is like the GOAT. But talking about this, guys, makes me feel really good. It feels like my shoulders are lifting up a notch, after saying that I'm not going to review films I don't like anymore, or grade stuff. I don't really grade stuff anymore, because I just find it being very unfair with grades, in my own opinion, because I love movies, If I gave a film, like, say, Thor Love and Thunder, right? And if I didn't like that film, then I gave it, like, say, a grade. I didn't give it a grade, per se. If I gave it, like, say, a B- or something, and if I didn't like that film, I'd feel very icky about it, because if there's other movies out there that you would give a grade something, you'd be very 50-50 on it and say, this movie has a lot of good things, but also a lot of bad things. But hope this video has connected to you guys. I mean, this is probably not the best life update ever, but it's probably the best I could involve. I mean, I don't script before I make these videos anyway, because YouTube videos are not films anyway, unless they're actually films. And I agree with what Stuckman says, if you make movies, you are technically a filmmaker, which I find pretty spot on. But there you go, guys. That was an update of my channel and my life, how I'm pursuing. Comment down below, let me know if you have any thoughts. And if you want to private message me on either Facebook or Instagram, or Snapchat, if you have me on Snapchat, please do. I'm more than welcome to, answer questions, as long as it doesn't involve with, like, say, 5 to 10 years. I don't want to talk about this anymore, because I've talked about it earlier in the video. But whatever you want to do, guys. But this is a bit of a personal video I've wanted to make for a while. Just a life update, nothing too special. And just to say that I might not review every single movie in existence, or anything that comes out this year, or possibly every Marvel movie. I haven't reviewed all the MCU TV shows. I haven't reviewed Miss Marvel or She-Hulk. But whatever, I'll do my best. I'm loving The Last of Us. And if I get an opportunity to review it, I will, okay? That's my choice. But just to tell you guys, we're 5 episodes in. I am loving that show. It's fantastic. But hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Whatever, that's your opinion on me. That's fine. Do whatever you want. But until my next video, I shall see you then, and peace. Take care, everyone.